the West Coast's premier podcast network.
Hi, this is Mama G. I have my PhD in parental household discipline. Whatever you have in your household, I probably raised it, taught it, loved it, spanked it, punished it, and definitely prayed over it.
The West Coast's premier podcast network.
Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? Well, this is Mama G at World Tune Radio, and tonight we're going to talk about being responsible parents in the pandemic, COVID-19, Delta now. Isn't that something? We have a new variant to it, Delta. But I want to thank those parents who listened to me last week. I got some good comments, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I think I have a following now. Isn't that a blessing? So, we're going to talk about being a responsible parent in the COVID-19 Delta crisis. Let me put on these wonderful glasses so I can see what I'm reading. Parents who are already struggling to balance telework, childcare, should try to focus daily on creating a positive home environment. I talked about this last week. And guess what? The doctors, I guess someone heard my show last week and decided to write the same thing. We have to build quality relationships. They can't be half ASS, but they have to be completely whole. Regular family meals are important. You know how dad wants to watch a sports event on TV while he grabs his food and the kids eat at a certain table. Now is the time where everybody sits at the table and let's talk about our day, our situation. It's important. It causes us to have good communication skills. That's a quiet time. No radio, no TV, just eating and have a conversation. That's the best we can do. Now, a feeling of a safe environment where relationships really matter and a positive, essential will have a long result in a good relationship, says Dr. Norm. I'm telling you guys, they must have listened to my show because I said the same thing last week. Young children, be available for them, and I said that last week. Always be available for them as much as possible. Parents should practice first having self-care for themselves first. Once we get our minds together, we can go ahead and be positive for our children. But we have to take care of ourselves. So we have to be patient. If your kids are at school and you're at home, take that 30-minute quiet time, read a book, read the word. Read the Bible, get a few scriptures out of Proverbs. That's the best book in the Bible because it gives us common sense, peace in our lives. And parents, you should look at your children when you're talking to them. Get that wonderful eye-to-eye contact. Let them know that they can talk to you about anything, especially the little guys. They have a lot of questions. And their mind is like, why do I have to keep this mask on? You have to tell them, you don't want to get sick. You don't want to get any germs. You don't want to have to go to the hospital. It's very important that you keep your mask on. Now, school children, parents, don't fight over their homework. If they don't want to do the hard stuff first, let that be at the end. Keep the battles simple and quiet. I shouldn't say quiet, but peaceful. Don't fight over the schoolwork. tell them what they feel comfortable doing first, and then let's go on to something else. Always have a 5 minute break. Like give them 30 minutes to do that subject, then give them a 5 minute break. And if they're not finished, tell them they got another 30 minutes to finish that subject. But keep a consistent schedule with the homework. You have to, because these are uncertain times and we have to be vigilant and proper in making sure that the kids know that it's important. Everything is important. The quality of the relationship is important. Don't be so critical at this time because it's uncertain of the environment. And, we just have to be careful of what we're doing. Now, I want to take a sidebar. I went to the NAACP meeting on Zoom Thursday, and we got a report that there are parents whose kids are not feeling well and they still send them to school. Please, parents, don't do that. You're jeopardizing your child and other kids' health. If your child is not feeling good, keep them home. I know they have been home for 17 months and you want them in school, but if they get sick and they go to school, they're jeopardizing the whole school. Keep them at home. Find arrangements for them to get their schooling at home. Please do not jeopardize the school. That's unfair to do that to the teachers, to the staff, and to their classmates. Keep your child at home and don't argue over the mask. We're just trying to keep everybody healthy and safe. So that was my sidebar. If you want to write me and tell me I'm crazy, go right ahead. But I know for a fact we have to follow rules. If we want to be fair and have good, healthy children, let's follow the rules. Now, with your school-age children, doing your schoolwork and you have that break, maybe a 30-minute break for a snack, play a school game with them, play a card game with them. Do something creative, relax them. So when they have to go back and do that subject that they really don't like, they'll do it much better. So these are just some tips that we need to practice because our kids are going to school in uncertain times, parents, and we need to be a wonderful caregiver, a caring parent in this time. Teenagers. Now, when possible, try to watch and listen to the music that they listen to together. Learn their world. That's important because at a teenager stage, they are listening and doing anything that they can if they don't know any better. So we have to put some boundaries. Talk to them about life. Talk to them about what they're watching on TV. Talk to them about the COVID and the possibilities of the uncertainty. And I'm telling you, if they're eligible to get vaccinated, get vaccinated. Yes, there's a possibility that you still can get it, but it won't be as worse if you hadn't gotten vaccinated. So let's get vaccinated, please. And build a positive relationship with them. You can handle stress better if you listen and have that relationship of discussing everything because it's anxiety time. Oh, someone is getting sick, or they're reading about people getting sick and dying. So they need to have conversations as much as possible. So let's do that and keep the stress down. And if you listen to their music and ask them, what are they saying? I listen to my son Eddie's music and I'm like, what in the world are they saying? And he tells me, I'm just like, now, do you really think you should be listening to that junk? Really? So listen to what they're listening to and talk about it. It's no harm at all. Research suggests times of crisis can have a long term effect on a child's behavior. That's important. So, what's going on can affect them for a long time. So, we have to be careful and make sure that they know what they're doing in this time. Well, as their mental and emotional being is happening, give them the right support. Give them the right support. And if you can't, go see your pastor, go see a professional. Don't try to do it all by yourself. There are many numbers you can call in your area. Call them and get suggestions. I'm just telling you what I have been studying and from my experience of being a parent. A relationship is very important. If your young person is experiencing tense, worry, or sadness about current events and is disrupting their ability to cope with every day, there is support available. I'm trying to tell you, there's support available. Center for Disease Control Prevention, resources on mental health and coping, including helping people, children. So go to Google and type that in and you'll get it. But if you read those basic instructions before leaving Earth, Proverbs, they have some good scriptures in there. Trust me. I read them all the time. Proverbs has some good stuff in it. As I stood at the window of my house, looking out through the shutters, watching the mindfulness of the crowd stroll by, I spotted a young man without any sense arriving at the corner of the street where he lived, and then turning up the path to his house. It was dark, the evening coming, the darkness thickening into the night. Just then, a woman met him, and she had been lying in wait for him to dress him. Brazen and brash she was, restless and roaming near at the home, walking the streets. See how calm that was? I was reading a word from Proverbs, how this man sees this beautiful woman in the street. Read Proverbs. It has some wonderful stories, verses that'll just calm you down. So remember, if you can't do it all, it's okay to call in and find out what to do. But we have to be available for our children. It's it's our job to do that. It's our job to be a responsible parent for our children. We have to be. There's no doubt about it. God gave us these children to raise, and we have to raise them in the proper way they should go. That's what the word says. Train them in the way they should go, and when they're old, they won't depart from it. They may not do everything you want them to do when they get grown. Trust me, I have that now. My oldest child, she told me, Well, some things I'm just not going to do. And I'm like, okay, remember, there are consequences when you don't do what I think you should do. And she starts to smile. She goes, yeah, Mom, I know. So, you know, I've taught her the way she should go, and some things she doesn't want to do. And I'm like, well, don't call me when it gets bad. And she starts to laugh. But that does happen. But she knows how to do it right. So remember, school age children, you have to be very close with them. Teach them, listen to what they have to do. That middle school where they're struggling with their schoolwork, don't have battles that are not mean that are meaningless. Teach them, okay, you don't want to do this subject now, but let's do it later. We have to have a calm situation in this time of toil. We are living in uncertain times, and children are resilient. Yes, they are. They are resilient. But let's not put more pressure and stress on them as possible. Teach them that they have to follow the rules of the class and listen to adults in the school. They have to do that. But we, as parents and caretakers, we have to have a clean, quiet environment for them. It can't be any confusion because out there is uncertainty. It really is. So we have to have something that's clean and safe and secure in their home. And then last week I told you, remember, have that computer. I told you last week, I have my computer on my dining room table. I took all my little pretty decorations off. And when they want to use the computer, especially when my grandkids came for the summer and they wanted to use the computer, it was right there on the dining room table. So when I walked by, I saw what they were on. We played games together. And then when they left, I I put my little plates and glasses back on the dining room table, and that was it. But we have to make sure that we are supervising them in the best way possible because you don't want somebody to come to your door and say your child did this. And you'll go, no, that's not my child. You should know what your child is capable of doing. So you need to watch them on that computer, on those little devices, those little games that they get to. You need to watch them on those. But having a safe environment, building quality relationships, help them to feel secure and confident is what we need to do. That's important. We have to do that as much as possible. And it is time for my first break. So I will be back. Thank you.
World Tune Radio, where the world tunes in. The West Coast's premier podcast network.
Hi, this is Mama G. I have my PhD in parental household discipline. Whatever you have in your household, I probably raised it, taught it, loved it, spanked it, punished it, and definitely prayed over it.
The West Coast's premier podcast network.
Hi, I'm Instincts going no, looking bad like a bat with an eye patch. All black through the woods with a backpack and a lit match. Spark one time, get the whole city looking like a dark shade of orange when I burn it down. What it is, what it do, hope. And everybody looking at me while I got them all in my sights. Picking them off, taking them out, looking like daylight in the night. And I'm killing so many if they really wanna get involved. And everybody falling from the elevator, now I'm Bray Rice in this. It's like I'm rice and take a bite, it's nice and I have a nice time with it. By the time that it finds the way to the right side of him, not even a Heimlich can save him. I select the finger to you imbeciles. Tell me what's been getting into you, envy will kill you. She said I'm a gentleman, I admit a lot of women set up on my ottoman. I don't give a damn like a auto with no time to kill. I've been feeling like the opposite of work, it's a work and it never been a purposeful thing to me. I just do what I love and it works for me. So I'm freaking every check and put the money in the pushing me to be gunning to the finish and the getting of it. But everybody know I'm working in the sea, I do it differently. So only time will give me everything that I deserve, my end.
Hi, I'm Ryan. This is my car. Do you like it? Great. We'll get to that. Trust the process. You see, I've been going back and forth with myself, and I've decided it's for sale! Sale! No, it is not! Yes, it is. See what I mean? I don't need it, but I want it. You're probably wondering what's wrong with it. I don't know. It cost me a lot to get it running, so hopefully nothing. All I'm asking is a cool 5K. Allow myself to tell you the details.
I just want to live forever. I just want my shit together. I just want my after show. I just want to eat whatever. I just want to hit the road. I just want the perfect weather.
And look at this finish. All original. Nothing says I love the US of A like lead paint, baby.
Hi, I'm
Instincts going no, looking bad like a bat with an eye patch. All black through the woods with a backpack and a lit match. Spark one time, get the whole city looking like a dark shade of orange when I burn it down. What it is, what it do, hope. And everybody looking at me while I got them all in my sights. Picking them off, taking them out, looking like daylight in the night. And I'm killing so many if they really wanna get involved. And everybody falling from the elevator, now I'm Bray Rice in this. It's like I'm rice and take a bite, it's nice and I have a nice time with it. By the time that it finds the way to the right side of him, not even a Heimlich can save him. I select the finger to you imbeciles. Tell me what's been getting into you, envy will kill you. She said I'm a gentleman, I admit a lot of women set up on my ottoman. I don't give a damn like a auto with no time to kill. I've been feeling like the opposite of work, it's a work and it never been a purposeful thing to me. I just do what I love and it works for me. So I'm freaking every check and put the money in the pushing me to be gunning to the finish and the getting of it. But everybody know I'm working in the sea, I do it differently. So only time will give me everything that I deserve, my end.
Hi, this is Mama G. I have my PhD in parental household discipline. Whatever you have in your household, I probably raised it, taught it, loved it, spanked it, punished it, and definitely prayed over it.
The West Coast's premier podcast network.
Hi, I'm back. I know we had a long break, but I'm back now, and I have a special guest. But before we get there, I want to remind us that we have to have a clean, safe, secure environment for our children because their mental attitude is very important now. And then also, let's not have frivolous arguments. Let them do their favorite subjects first in their schoolwork and just be calm. And then with the teenagers, you have to listen to their music, listen to their conversations, listen to their TV, their TikTok stuff, and let's keep their mental capacity together because they're being confused as much as possible. So we have to make sure that they know that they can get through this pandemic in a sound, safe mind. Now, let's get to this handsome red guy with this Army Flamingard stuff on. His name is Keith Russell, and he used to work with me at World Tune Radio. So I guess he stopped by to say hello and grin and smile and get in trouble. So, good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening, dear. I'm happy to be here. I'm real good. I can feel God's anointing over my body. You know, all praises to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High.
Yes, and when he lives here, he's going to act a fool. But let's keep going.
Yeah, So I just feel like this is kind of a full circle thing for me. Because I was there at the beginning when we first started doing the show on Facebook. Make sure you go like Mama G on Facebook, like Mama G on YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the bell to get the notifications because she got a PhD in parental household guidance. Discipline.
See how he is? You have to pray for him, y'all.
Because I hear discipline and I think I'm finna get a whooping.
Yes, you are. Straighten up here and here, legs say, "Hey, Mama G." Oh, Jesus, here he is.
I'm here though. I'm here.
Yes.
And I love what you guys have done with the place. So this is good, and it's right here in the middle, in the heart of Oceanside.
Yes, it is.
And it's Black owned. Shout out to Black owned business. Shout out to Christopher Parks.
Yeah.
And shout out to the producers behind the window right there.
Yes.
You guys are doing great things up here. Great things.
Well, thank you. I tried.
I want to be a part of this. I'm glad to be a part of this.
Oh, that's good. That is wonderful. So tell me, now you do have a boy. How old is your son now?
He's 13. I'm so happy. My son, he's 13.
So you going to take some of my advice?
Oh, I always take your advice, Mama G. I always take your advice. Trust me, Proverbs is open on my desk. It is open. I die daily. I fall on my face and I die daily. So I always take your advice.
What? See, ladies and gentlemen, I do have somebody in this atmosphere that's listening to me. I'm so glad of that. So I understand that you're doing a project soon?
I got a, wow.
Oh, no, I take that back. I have to thank you because you recommended me for the Black Film Festival.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Black Lives Matter competition. Got Mama G on the advisory board. William Sneed. Shout out to Nala. Shout out to, I don't know if I'm missing somebody. It's a lot of people on the board
Jody.
that I brought on. Shout out to Jody Silly, the president of the Film Consortium. We're going to get to her last.
Okay.
We're going to save her for last because I know she came up here.
Right.
And did an episode.
Right.
So shout out to Jody. Shout out to King Dimitri. Shout out to Mark Christopher Lawrence, produced the San Diego Film Awards in 2019. Go to my live if you want to see what the red carpet looks like. Just shout out to the whole team, man. We have the program field. We've already did what we needed to do as your advisory board. So now we're just getting ready to give you a show.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now I can't see my beautiful face, so I guess I'm still cute. Because the camera's all on you, sweetheart.
Is it me? Is it all me? Is it all me?
Yes, with your big smile.
My big smile and my big ego. I meant to bring my ego in here, but
no, you better not. You know you brought your ego to my show. Have you lost your mind?
No, it's not my ego. It's a Groot. Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, I don't.
I am a Groot.
No, I do not.
It's Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. I almost brought him in here.
No.
Next time I'm gonna bring him on the show.
So now when is the opening? When is the grand program for the Black Film Festival?
That those things right now are being worked on. It's still to be determined. Because we got a few things going on in the film consortium, and Jody is like this machine, and she's also more than just one thing. So she's got the Black Lives Matter, she's got the Film Week, the Film Awards, and she's preparing a show for me.
Oh, that's right. You're going to have a show soon.
Yeah. I'm going to have a show. Looking at the 8th, I want to push it, to just make sure that it's nice and ready. But we're looking at a show on. Do I need to tell them? You want to go? We can get to that.
Well, we're not going to be here that long, so you better spit it out because I have something I need to talk about the very.
All right. Well, make sure you come out to the roast of Keith Russell. The San Diego film community has agreed to give me the honor of roasting me, but they have to share the scene with me. They have to share the show with me. So we're going to be doing a battle of the live jack, the live hijack. So, they got some stuff that they're planning over there. They the ops.
Oh, they're the ops.
Yeah, they the white side. We the black side.
Oh, I see.
So it's a game of chess to me.
Okay.
And for my part is revolved around the 2019 San Diego Film Awards.
Okay.
And the things that I went through to get to make that show happen. And so I'm going to break it up into 4 segments to where I come out as a baby. I come out as a teenager.
Okay.
I come out before I joined the Marine Corps, and then I come out in my fullness with all of the full armor of God and faith on in the white tux that I wear every year.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm so excited. God has prepared me for this day. Everything that I've done, has led up to this day. I'm calling out all of the radio stations, WGCI, Sirius XM, 91X. Shout out to Timothy down at 91X. Javier the X-Man, you let me sit in your chair the last time, but this time I'm gonna need my own chair. So I'm just trying to get as much sponsorship I can it's to help me get back to Chicago because I'm leaving on the 25th.
And when you get to Chicago, you're gonna have your own company or something?
Well, I want to do something similar to this. I'm hoping we can take Global City Media to Chicago. So I'm just putting that out there to Chris and them and to the fellas behind here. I started it, but because of my ego, I had to walk away. And now I'm back like the prodigal son, and I'm ready to, do God's work.
So you came to your senses.
I did.
Help us, Jesus. He's halfway there, guys.
I'm halfway there. I die daily. I'm telling you, when I leave out of here, I'm going to die. I'm going to go put my face into Proverbs.
That's good.
My flesh is going to die, and then I'm going to get some rest because I have to stay on my meds. I have to stay medicated. And I'm going to wake up tomorrow, and it's going to be, it's going to open up to me.
Okay.
Everything opens up to me. So, I've always been like in the eyes of prophets. I've always had hands laying on me, by prophets. So, when you're passing energy like that, and you stay prayed up, some of that stuff rubs off. God say many will be chosen, but few will be called. And I feel like I had my calling at a very, very young age.
So we'll keep you in prayer. I'm glad you stopped by.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here, man. I'm happy to be here. Check out Mama G on Facebook. We still running.
Yeah, I don't post as much because I'm busy trying to study for this studio. But once in a while, I'm going to, during COVID, when we couldn't come to the studio, I was on Facebook every Saturday.
Yeah, and I had to deal with all your fans.
I love you too. So I kept you busy and
You did. And I was keeping the devil off of you because a lot of things when you do something that you're doing, as a matriarch in our community, the devil's gonna come in and he came to steal, kill, and destroy. But you gotta have the queen has gotta have her knights.
Oh, and you one of my knights?
Have her bishops. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
The queen can move any way she wants.
That's true.
That's true. The devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy, so we want to take off the board first. And that's where the knights come in. The queen protects the king. But the knights, the bishops, and the rooks and the pawns, they're the one who fight the good fight. The queen's moves are swift. Her actions are swift. The other pieces, they have to, do particular things in order for them to work. So that's just the way I look at it.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I just want to thank you for coming by. It's been such a while.
It's such a pleasure
to see you. And I'm so glad you take care of my Facebook because I do get a lot of people. So I do appreciate you being the administrator of my little page. I really do. I appreciate that so much because, I'm not as computer savvy as you are. So I do appreciate that. But I'm so glad you came by. Please, we're going to see each other at my luncheon before you go.
Oh, yeah. The luncheon is September
the 11th. And I'll talk about that right now. I have my, save the date. But now those who want to come, you can still send me an email about the Rory Graham Jr. luncheon at askmamaG.phd@gmail.com. It's a donation to come to the luncheon. And please email me so I can put your name on the list and give you further information. I'm wearing his shirt tonight because I'm going to call this the Rory Graham Jr. shirt. I hope you can see me, but I have on his shirt. And this is the month of his departure from earth to glory. So I want to give him honor to let you know that you can have a kid that loves God. I am a proven example of that. My son, he was fun. He was a male chauvinist. He didn't like to do dishes. He would never. He said, "Mom, I got to read my Bible." I'm like, God didn't want a messy preacher. He wants a clean preacher. So you need to learn how to clean up. But he was a good kid. I have to admit to that. He didn't give me too much trouble, except that he didn't like to clean up, and he could sleep late. And then I'd have to go in there and wake him up. But he was a good kid all in all. And he loved being a servant of God. He really did love that. And so Army and Navy has offered to put his name on the scholarship, and we raised $25,000. There will be a scholarship in his name permanently for eternity if we raise $25,000. So let's send what you can to Rory Graham Cash App. The Cash App is RGJR Foundation. $ RG Jr. Foundation. Or you can send your donation to the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation, P.O. Box 4306, Oceanside, California, 92052. We want, and this will be the first time in history that a cadet of color has had a scholarship in its name. And the school is 100 years old. So it's about time that they give us our due. So please donate what you can. It'll be a historic moment. Oh, and by the way, they have finally put his picture in the chapel because he was the chaplain at Army Navy Academy for 3 years. No cadet of color has ever held that office for 3 years. You can say he was one of those HNIC. I'm not going to say what that means, but he was the one in charge. How about that? So I want to get to my birthdays now. What time is it? Let me see here. Oh yeah, it's time for me to do my birthday shout outs. So let's do our birthday shout outs. We have Miss Vanessa Wood, Judy Williams, Catherine Butler, Steve Turk, Shelby Jacobs, and Mrs. Barbara Gaines, the best church mother in the world. I mean, if you want prayer or anything you want to talk about, if you had her number, she'd give you the best advice possible. And our anniversaries are Grace and Paris Jordan. They've been married for 22 years. Hello, that's a long time. And the Butler family. They've been together for 35 years. That's wonderful. That's over 3 decades. Woo! That's a long time. Now, our community announcements is the North County African American Women's Association presents Color the Night, the 24th annual Gentleman's Gourmet Scholarship Fundraiser. Is September 25th, 2021 at the Omni Resorts La Costa. So they got the big fancy place, guys. And the tickets are $75 a piece. For tickets, chef registration, and sponsorship, visit ncaawa.org/Gentleman's Gourmet. Again, for information, visit ncaawa.org, Gentleman's Gourmet. And you can get further information. That should be one good night to have a good fundraiser. But now the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation fundraiser is going to be nice also. That's going to be at the Country Club, September the 11th. And I know that's a summer day for our country. That's the day when the planes hit the towers in New York. But we have to move on and celebrate something. So we decided to use that day to have the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation. And also, we're going to sing happy birthday to my son and myself. I had my son on my 25th birthday. And at the end of the luncheon that day, we'll be saying happy birthday to my son Alfred, who was my birthday gift. So we're going to have a wonderful time. Please email me and I'll give you the ticket information. And we're going to have a wonderful time celebrating and giving money to a worthy cause. We want to have a scholarship, a full scholarship for a deserving cadet of color at Army Navy Academy. So, Mr. Keith, are you going to be good?
Do I get to plug something? What
do you want to plug now?
I'm trying to get back home. I'm a homeless veteran. So I'm trying to get back home. I got to sell my car. I'm trying to get a van. So if you want to roast me on live, you can send me $100 and I'll let you roast me on live. Or you can send me $50 and I'll make a COVID tribute for one of your loved ones or whoever your loved ones that you lost during COVID. So it's $50 if you want to roast me, and it's $100 if you want to roast me, and it's $50 if you want to do COVID tribute. And you can send that to Cash App Russabussa 100, RUSSABUSSA 100. Don't forget the 100. Shout out to the Run It Up Money Bag crew, my video game streaming group on PlayStation. Shout out to the Queen. Make sure you watch my show. It is adult content, adult language.
Now, see, I just
Russell Buster 100. Don't forget the 100.
Now, you see, I should never let him open his mouth.
I'm more than one thing.
No.
I am. I'm more than just one thing.
I said one thing only, and look at you, you're laughing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, he's not, y'all. That's my child from the neighborhood. What can I say? Can't follow instructions.
Public school education.
And that's the problem. No, seriously, public school is okay. But let's remember the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation luncheon September the 11th at 11 a.m. from 11 a.m. to 3. And you need to come at 10:45 to register. We will, because of COVID, we will be taking temperatures at the door to make sure everybody is okay to come in. Please wear your mask because we have to follow the guidelines of the CDC because this is no joke, but they allowed us to have the luncheon. So I'm grateful, very grateful for the country club to still allow me to have our luncheon. But I want to tell Keith, be good when you go to Chicago. Don't do anything.
Yes, ma'am.
That's not kosher.
Yes, ma'am.
No, he's saying yes, ma'am.
I promise. I'll make you proud. Hey, Chicago, a G left. You got one G that left, and I'm coming back with a mama G, so I'll be home. Shout out to everybody in Chicago. Shout out to the Russell and the German family. Shout out to my mother. I'm still looking for you, dear. I want to make amends with you. I know the way that I treated you was wrong, and I love you, and I'm coming home, to be that son that I know that you know that I am and I should be. And I just need you to forgive me. I want to talk to you, Mama. I love you.
Okay. So I'll see you soon.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye, dear.
Bye-bye, dear.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is one of my sons in the community. He's a young producer. He was a Marine. He's having a little challenging life now, but he wants to make amends with everybody. So let's keep him in prayer. But remember what I said in the show tonight. We have to have a safe, secure environment mentally and physically for the uncertain time of the pandemic. We don't want to lose anybody. We want everybody to stay healthy and clean and happy. We want them to have a quality of life. We want them to have a quantity. It's not so much of how much you do, it's what you do with them to keep them mentally stable. It's important. Have that relaxed time with them. Tell them it's going to be okay if they follow all the rules that are upon them. They have to do that. It's important that you do that. Follow the rules. Keep a clear head upon yourself. Pray for your children. Last week, I had my prayer for the children, and we discussed it. It's good to say about your children all the time. It's very good to say a prayer of your children. So mentally, let them know that they are well loved by God. So, dear God, protect my children while they're at school. Let them know that they were beautifully made by you. I pray for them every day. I'm reading this without my glasses. Hello. But be polite to your classmates and be there. Okay, I'm going to stop reading because I can't see that far away. But please Pray for your children. You have to pray for your children as much as possible. Please pray for them. But I think that's a wrap for tonight. So say a prayer for Keith as he goes to Chicago. He gave every shout out to his family and to every animal he knew. So let's keep him in our prayers. Have a safe week. I'm going to be talking about the pandemic for a long time, looks like it. But God bless you. Send me your email. I love my emails on Ask Mama G. Please keep sending them. I get blessed all the time. AskMamaG.phd@gmail.com. I will go back on Facebook and post some things now. So just please keep everybody in your household clean, safe, and happy. God bless. See you soon.
Falling seas, sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought.